Your better future is not out there somewhere, it is in here, within you. That truth is both the most liberating and most challenging thing you can face. I want you to feel it deep in your bones, because it means that the power to change your life, to transform your circumstances, and to claim the success you desire is not in the hands of chance, others, or some external force. It's yours. The key to unlocking the door to a better future is in your own hand. I understand that right now, you may feel helpless, frustrated, or stuck. Life's weight may seem heavy, and the road ahead unclear. But I want to confront those feelings head on, not soften them with false hope. The fact is, you hold the power to shift your path, but only when you take full responsibility for the stewarding of your life's destiny. Theologically, this is not just a motivational platitude, it is a sacred truth. You are a steward entrusted with the care of your own soul, character, and choices. Imagine a locked door before you, a door that opens onto the life you've always dreamed of, a life rich in success, happiness, and purpose. The key to that door is not hidden in fortune or luck. It is not buried in external circumstances. It is in your own hand, waiting to be turned. The question is, what has kept you from turning that key? What fears, doubts, or false beliefs have held you back? Today, we begin to explore that very question, so you can find the courage to take hold of your future and unlock the door to the extraordinary life you were meant to live. Too many people live life adrift, carried by the currents of circumstance rather than steering with intention and purpose. This lost identity is characterized by victimhood, blame, and passivity, a state where the individual feels small, powerless, and at the mercy of forces beyond their control. Emotionally, it is a place of deep pain, the frustration of wanting change but feeling trapped, the sorrow of wasted potential, the gnawing sense of time slipping away without progress. You may recognize this feeling, the sensation of being a ship without a captain or compass, drifting aimlessly, vulnerable to every storm. This state of drift is more than just an emotional experience. It is a spiritual condition. Neglecting the stewardship of your own life leads to spiritual drift, a separation from the purpose and identity you were created to fulfill. Theological reflection teaches that this neglect is not without consequence. When we fail to claim responsibility for our growth and choices, we surrender the divine trust placed in us, allowing our lives to become mere reactions rather than deliberate creations. But there is hope in acknowledging this lost identity. The pain of disempowerment is also the birthplace of desire, the desire for freedom, for mastery, for a better future. Recognizing that you have drifted is the first step in reclaiming the helm. It means you are ready to turn from the false narrative of helplessness and to begin the journey back to the true self. The self, empowered to choose, to grow, and to become the secret to your better future. The truth that sets you free is this: you are the agent of change in your own life. Your future depends not on random chance, the kindness or cruelty of circumstance, or the actions of others, but on your own philosophy and daily actions. This truth is a source of immense empowerment, lifting you from despair to hope, from passivity to purposeful action. It calls you to awaken to your own responsibility, to embrace the fact that the power to shape your destiny lies within your grasp. Consider the story of a man who once lived in despair, overwhelmed by failure and the weight of circumstance. One day, he decided to take responsibility not just for his successes, but for his failures, for his thoughts, for his habits. That choice transformed him. He stopped blaming the world and started changing himself. Over time, his life turned around because he understood that self-mastery is the root of all success. This is not merely a philosophical idea, but a practical truth that you can apply starting today. Theologically, this restoration of truth is an act of obedience to God's call to stewardship. You have been entrusted with talents, time, and the ability to choose. To obey is to accept the role of steward, to take seriously your God-given mandate to cultivate your life with wisdom and diligence. This truth invites you to lay aside excuses and to step confidently into the role of the creator of your better future. When you internalize this, your identity begins to shift from victim to victor, from bystander to active participant in your own transformation. Building a new self-view is the heart of transformation. It is the process by which you become who you must be to create the future you desire. This is no small task. It requires a deliberate reshaping of your inner philosophy, your habits, and your daily choices. Your identity is not fixed. It is a living, evolving reality, shaped by the thoughts you entertain and the actions you take. The hope and excitement of this process lie in the knowledge that becoming attracts, becoming that. As you change your self-view, the world around you begins to change in response. Picture a sculptor standing before a raw block of stone. With each precise, purposeful strike of the chisel, the rough form begins to reveal the masterpiece hidden within. This is how your new self-view is crafted through consistent effort, patience, and faithfulness. Emotionally, this process can be challenging, for it requires you to confront old doubts and fears while nurturing new beliefs and confidence. Yet, it is also exhilarating, as each small victory in thought and deed reinforces the emerging identity. Philosophically, this process is grounded in the principle that we become the sum of our habits and philosophies. Theological perspective adds a profound dimension. This renewal of mind and spirit is a divine partnership. You do not remake yourself alone, but cooperate with a higher power who desires your growth and fulfillment. As you commit to becoming who you must be, you align yourself with a sacred purpose, and your transformation becomes not just personal, but eternal. This new self-view becomes the lens through which you see the world, your opportunities, and your potential. Discipline and daily action are the twin engines that power your journey from where you are to the person you aspire to become. Discipline is not a vague ideal or occasional effort. It is the steadfast, unwavering commitment to consistent choices aligned with your highest values and goals. Through daily action, discipline is translated from abstract concept into living reality. It is the way you claim ownership over your life and become the secret to your better future. Without this daily stewardship, your transformation remains a distant hope rather than a tangible achievement. Imagine a chaotic, untended garden, seeds scattered here and there, weeds choking growth, no plan guiding the work. Now picture a gardener who shows up every day, rain or shine, pruning, watering, and nurturing the plants with care and purpose. This gardener owns the garden and is accountable for its health and harvest. Your life is your garden, and daily discipline is your tending. The emotional contrast between chaos and control, between drifting and owning, is stark. Yet it is within your power to choose ownership through discipline, turning vision into reality with every small, deliberate action. Philosophically, ownership through consistent choices means you no longer wait for circumstances to change or for motivation to strike. You take command of your mind, your habits, and your time, recognizing that freedom is not absence of responsibility but mastery over it. Theologically, this daily faithfulness is an act of obedience and trust, a reflection of the stewardship you have been called to fulfill. Each disciplined act builds trustworthiness and opens the door to greater blessings. Through discipline and daily action, you become the master of your destiny, transforming potential into the living reality of your better future. One of the most profound truths in personal transformation is the power of associations, the company you keep, the voices you listen to, and the environment in which you immerse yourself. This law is simple, yet often overlooked. You become the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. The people around you influence your thoughts, beliefs, habits, and ultimately, your destiny. Choosing your associations deliberately is therefore not just advisable, it is essential. It is a key act of stewardship over your identity and future. Imagine a piece of iron left alone. It rusts and deteriorates. But place that same iron among other sharp irons, and it becomes sharper through contact. Similarly, your mind and character are sharpened or dulled by your closest relationships. Emotionally, this truth can be challenging, for it demands honest evaluation of your current influences. Are they lifting you up or weighing you down? Are they inspiring growth or fostering complacency? This moment of reflection may be uncomfortable, but is necessary for your journey toward becoming the agent of your better future. Theologically, this law reflects the wisdom found in Scripture, where fellowship and community are emphasized as vital to growth and accountability. Your associations are a form of stewardship, entrusted to you as part of your spiritual and personal development. Practically, this means seeking out mentors, positive communities, and relationships that embody the virtues and values you aspire to live by. It means distancing yourself from influences that undermine your progress or cloud your vision. By curating your associations, you create an environment where your new identity can flourish and your better future can become a reality. Vision and purpose are the compass that guides every step you take on the journey toward your better future. Without clear vision, your efforts become scattered and your progress uncertain. Purpose gives meaning to your discipline and daily action, transforming hard work from mere toil into a passionate pursuit of something greater than yourself. Together, Vision and purpose organize your energy, focus your decisions, and ignite a fire within that sustains you through challenges and setbacks. Imagine a ship setting sail without a destination or a map. It may move, but it will drift aimlessly, vulnerable to storms and currents. Now picture a ship with a clear course charted, guided by stars and compass, moving steadily toward a distant shore. Your vision is that destination. Your purpose is the reason for the journey. Emotionally, vision inspires hope and fuels determination, while purpose anchors you in meaning and resolve. It calls you to rise above short-term distractions and to live in alignment with your deepest values and highest goals. Philosophically, vision and purpose are the organizing principles of a well-lived life. They provide coherence and direction to your actions and habits. Theologically, they reflect the divine calling placed upon you, a sacred invitation to fulfill your unique role in the world. Embracing this calling is an act of stewardship, responding faithfully to the gifts and opportunities you have been given. Practically, cultivating vision and purpose requires intentional reflection, goal setting, and a daily recommitment to your values. It is through this compass that your better future is not only imagined, but actively pursued and realized. Now, I want you to take a moment, close your eyes if you will, and project yourself 5 years into the future. See the life you are living, the person you have become. Imagine the habits you have formed, the relationships you have nurtured, the goals you have achieved. Picture your daily routine, your outlook, your sense of purpose. This is not merely daydreaming. It is a deliberate act of creation, a mental planting of the seeds you wish to harvest. The question I want you to ask yourself is simple yet profound. Who will you be if you continue down the path you are on today? Think of a gardener who must decide which seeds to plant, knowing that the harvest depends entirely on the choices made today. Will you plant seeds of growth, discipline, and responsibility? Or will you sow seeds of distraction, delay, and excuse? The future is crafted daily, not left to chance or hope. Every thought, every action, every choice you make today shapes the person you become tomorrow and the life you will lead 5 years from now. Emotionally, this exercise invites both challenge and hope. The challenge to face the reality of your current trajectory and the hope that change is possible through intentional choices. Theologically, this future projection is an exercise in stewardship and faith. It reminds you that the gifts of time, talent, and choice entrusted to you are not to be squandered but carefully managed in partnership with a higher purpose. It calls you to live intentionally, knowing that your life is a sacred trust. As you imagine your future self, commit to becoming that person by taking ownership today. This is the moment where your dreams begin to crystallize into plans, and your plans into reality. Who will you be? The answer lies in your hands. From this moment forward, make a declaration that will shape every thought and action you take. I am the secret to my better future. This is no casual statement, but a firm identity decree, a personal commitment to seize full responsibility for your life, your choices, and your destiny. The power to change your circumstances, to break free from old patterns, and to build the life you desire rests squarely in your hands. This challenge demands courage, for it requires you to face fears, resist excuses, and step boldly into ownership of your transformation. Emotionally, this moment is charged with urgency and hope. You may have lingered in passivity or felt overwhelmed by the magnitude of change needed, but the truth is that transformation begins with a single, courageous step. Repeating your new identity aloud, I own my thoughts, my actions, my destiny, reinforces your commitment and builds the mental muscle needed to persevere. Philosophically, ownership is the foundation of freedom. Without it, you remain captive to circumstance. With it, you unlock the door to genuine empowerment. Practical commitment means choosing one daily discipline or habit to start now, something manageable but meaningful that will reinforce your new self-view and philosophy. This could be a morning routine, a goal-setting practice, a commitment to personal study, or any action that embodies ownership. Gentle mentorship accompanies this charge. I believe in your power, your strength, and your potential. You are not alone on this journey. Make today the first day of your new life, the moment when you claim your rightful place as the secret to your better future. Before we part, I want to leave you with a powerful ritual, a simple yet profound act that will root your commitment deep within your daily life. Tonight, choose one discipline, one new habit, or one principle from our journey together that resonates with you most profoundly. Write this commitment down. Place it somewhere visible, and carry it with you as a constant reminder of your decision to become the secret to your better future. Each morning, begin your day by affirming aloud, I am the secret to my better future. I begin today. Let this affirmation settle into your spirit, guiding your thoughts, your actions, and your heart throughout the day. This ritual is your personal declaration that you will no longer drift in life, but will engage actively and deliberately in your transformation. It is an act of stewardship, a sacred responsibility you accept to cultivate your gifts, character, and opportunities with intention and faithfulness. Remember, you are not late to start this journey. The moment is now, the day you choose to step into your power and claim the extraordinary life that awaits. So let us go forward together, confident and courageous, ready to build your better future, one choice at a time.